Jefferson County Code Law number 2 is back in session. Court is in session and clause number M329560, case of style of the state of Texas versus Javier Ignacio Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, would you please come forward? Good morning.
We are ready to proceed. The defense is ready to proceed.
Okay, good morning. Mr. Gonzalez, your full name is Javier Ignacio Gonzalez? Mr. Gonzalez, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Gonzalez, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
How are you doing, Mr. Gonzalez? You doing okay? That's good. Now, Mr. Gonzalez, you're representing your case by your attorney Rigoberto Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez, how are you doing?
I'm good, sir.
And Mr. Rodriguez, do you waive a record in Mr. Gonzalez's case?
You're right.
Mr. Gonzalez, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information alleges that you, Javier Ignacio Gonzalez, on or about January 31st of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Now, state, I see here, are you in state abandoning the enhancement paragraph?
Paragraph, judge proceeding on the DWI first, Class B misdemeanor.
Okay, now, Mr. Gonzalez, the state is abandoning the enhancement paragraph, which basically means that this case will be reduced from a Class A misdemeanor to a Class B misdemeanor. And the charge for the Class B misdemeanor is a driving while intoxicated first. And so the state is alleging that you, Javier Ignacio Gonzalez, on or about January 31st of 2021, while you're in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the offense, the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Gonzalez, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, Mr. Gonzalez, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gonzalez, I also have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishments. Do you understand? Well, first of all, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Okay, on page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials JG that are on a line that is titled next to a box that's checked guilty.
Yes.
Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's
Yes,
titled
sir.
defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes. We didn't check that second box.
Oh, okay. All right.
Checked it, judge, I scratched it.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't erase, but I scratched it out though.
You scratched it out? Okay.
So,
So there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is the plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
Okay. You have that discovery certification.
there you go.
The next, I have another document here that's titled discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's
Yes,
titled
sir.
defendant? Now, Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes, sir.
before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, yes.
And did you read and understand everything that he went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes, sir.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gonzalez, are you a citizen of the United States?
I am, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, would you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1 into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Rodriguez, do you have any objections?
No objection there.
No objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted into evidence. Mr. Rodriguez, you've advised and counseled Mr. Gonzalez. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No evidence whatsoever here.
Mr. Gonzalez, your attorney, Mr. Rodriguez, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
It says for a plea of guilty or no contest, the state's agreed to recommend 5 days in the Jefferson County Jail and court calls. He's got credit for 1 day, Your Honor. And I believe that, I mean, that's all the credit he's got, but, and we're also gonna allow him to report on Friday, which is, which is June 16th,
16, is that right?
2023, before 6 p.m.
And other than the plea bargain agreement, I confer with the state, and I'm asking the court to consider, since they've expressed no objection, that the court do a license suspension to a statutory minimum.
Okay. Okay. Now, Mr. Gonzalez, the state is offering that you serve 5 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for the 1 day that you've already spent in the Jefferson County Jail. The court cost in this case is $407. Will you be able to pay the $407 court cost?
Not 2 days.
Okay, now I need to ask you some questions. Now, Mr. Did you reach me one of those out there? Now,
That's all this-
I just used this one. I wrote on this one. Do we have a clipboard with some on it? Mr. Porter, could you get him an affidavit of injuries off one of those clipboards in the back? So in the meantime, Mr. Rodriguez, pursuant to Article 1.24 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, all proceedings and trials should be public. However, pursuant to the case of Lilly versus State 365 Southwest 3rd 321, the right to a public trial is not absolute and may be outweighed by other competing interests, such as the non-disclosure of public information. I'm getting ready to ask him some questions that will disclose non-public information. Are you requesting that this portion of the hearing be closed to prevent the disclosure of non-public information?
We don't need.
Hmm.
No need for this. The court can.
Okay. I'll wait till he comes back. Yes, just get that to me. I just want to ask. Mr. Gonzalez, I have a few questions I need to ask you now. Mr. Gonzalez, do you receive any type of governmental benefits such as Medicaid, SSI, SNAP, TANF, or do you live in public housing? And now you're married to, now, are you employed? Say yes, okay. And where are you employed?
I'm a wind technician. I work in turbines.
Okay,
I work around the country.
it's not you work for, are you
A wind technician. I
I know that's your title, but I'm just saying, what company do you work for?
work for BHI Energy.
BHI
Energy.
Energy. How long you been working there?
I've been working for them for 2 years.
2 years.
A little bit
Now,
more.
okay. And about how many hours a week do you work?
It varies from of 45 to 55, depending on the weather. That's what-
We're getting ready to get married,
We'll be
Judge.
married next month.
Okay. Now, do you have any children that are dependents that's below the age of, that's 18 years old or younger? And your residence, do you rent, own, reside with family members, or are you homeless?
Well, I have a house with my girlfriend in Bronx.
So you own home?
Yes,
Okay. Now, what is your your monthly take-home pay?
monthly.
Oh, I didn't know we were relying on you.
Yeah, that's why I asked the
I guess we
question.
could switch judges.
Okay,
The court would consider.
okay,
Yes, I just saw them like.
okay. So pursuant to Article 1.4, pursuant to Lilly versus State 365, 321, the right to public trial is not absolute and may be outweighed by other competing interests such as the disclosure of non-public information. The defense has has requested that this hearing be closed to prevent the disclosure of non-public information. The court finds that the party seeking the disclosure has advanced an interest that is overriding that it will be prejudice to his client if this information is disclosed to the public. The court has considered other alternatives to the closing, and the courts find that the closing is necessary. And based on that, the court makes these findings are adequate for the closure of the hearing. We're gonna ask everyone who's not an attorney or work or part of the court personnel to leave the courtroom, and your client would have to get out. And the